Hello, hello. Those of you who are joining in right now on Facebook Live, it's great to have you on board. Those of you on YouTube, likewise, thank you for stopping in on a nice evening underway. Right now, I'm also looking to add the CBS Austin feed. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but we'll give it a try. And I'm also going to try to share this over to Twitter. So thanks for your patience as I figure it all out. All right, so that is sending out to Facebook, which is going to tweet, and I think that's going to work. All kinds of tinkering and experimenting. So you guys are all my guinea pigs. Oh, I see a couple of comments already. Beth, hey. Charles, what's going on? Oops. I've got my volume on my phone up. That was probably not a good move. Chris Bennett, hello to you. Thank you for checking in as well. Okay, now here's the tricky part. I don't know if that's actually going to work, but I'm going to try to feed this out to the CBS Austin Facebook page as well. If this works, then we have literally done something that I've always thought would be really cool, but not something I necessarily knew if I could pull off. So this is the third live stream simultaneously that we're going to try to make happen. If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, that's okay too. So we are experimenting. And this should be fun if it actually pans out. So those of you who are watching right now, welcome, welcome. Rod says a terrific Tuesday. I absolutely agree. Fantastic weather today. And in fact, I'm expecting that we're going to have some pretty fantastic weather in the days to come as well. So step right up and enjoy the ride. All right, so I have officially initiated what I believe is the CBS Austin Facebook feed. Let's hope it actually works. It tells me I'm live, so we're just going to go with it and we'll just take it away. So, first things first, let me say welcome to everybody tonight on Facebook Live. Time right now is 11:58 p.m. on Tuesday, February 8th. And what we're going to do is kind of play around with this stream at the same time as I hopefully will give you your forecast. Okay, so something that I was working on the other day was making sure that I would be able to see your comments when they pop up on Facebook Live. So let me go ahead and remove everything. And I see Charles and Chris, Thomas, hello to you. Rod, a terrific Tuesday. Brian, what's going on? Beth, hey, hey, hope you're doing great. I don't know if I love that text, but aside from that, I'm super psyched because I'm able to see your comments and hopefully you're able to see my forecast. So we made it to 68 degrees for your day on Tuesday. Now as we look ahead to Wednesday, 72 degrees. It's going to be beautiful. Chris mentions that 3 years ago in Austin, it was grapple. Yeah, we've had those episodes, haven't we? One thing that's really interesting is I look back at last year, which of course we were on the precipice of the crazy ice and snow that will long be remembered. On this day in 2021, we actually hit 76 degrees. A couple of days later, we had that first ice storm that hit on the 11th, 10th, and 11th. Then we had a little bit of a break. Then on Valentine's Day of last year, that's when we started to see the temperatures plummet. Picked up an inch of snow before midnight on Valentine's. Picked up another almost 6 inches of snow on President's Day with ice, with power outages. I mean, it just went downhill. By the way, I'm sure you've probably heard by now, the boil water restrictions for City of Austin were lifted during our 10 o'clock newscast tonight. So that was excellent news. Brian says, you're the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So speaking of the best, this forecast is looking really fantastic. So I've got you at 73 degrees by Thursday, up to 75 by Friday. There are a couple of cold fronts. The one that comes through on Wednesday is just going to be a wind shift, but the one that comes through Friday into Saturday is actually a little bit more stout. I was just looking at some of the latest computer model information, and it's suggesting we might even only be in the 50s perhaps for high temperatures on Saturday, but I'm going to stay at 61 for now until I get a little bit more time. Chris mentions that last year we got a foot of snow up there Valentine's week, and that up there would be Pacific Northwest for Chris. as opposed to here in Austin. Oh, and we have a special guest. Look who we have. It's Ewok, who wanted to say hi. Skippy's here too, but he's currently munching on a TREAT. So I think until he's done with that, he's not going to make a cameo for us. Good to see you, Ewok. Did you just run outside? I see something on your lips. Was that something yummy that you got to eat? I think so. So let's get on to some of the other finer points of what to expect for the upcoming week. Temperature-wise, we hit 68 at Camp Mabry. We were at 66 degrees at the airport. Both of those are first day above average since February 1st. So I don't know about you, I thought it felt amazing. The only thing that may not have felt amazing was the allergy report. Cedar still is sticking around. A lot of people have been saying, when is it finally going to be over? So typically we can see, oh, sorry about that. We can see cedar counts all the way into the month of March. However, it usually really backs off by February. So we're seeing it still in the moderate range here, but nowhere close to what it had been. We'd had peak levels in late December that were 27,000, something like that. And so what's next is we're going to transition over to elm and hackberry season, which typically begin in the beginning part of February. Rod said hi to Ewok and Skipper too. Yeah, Skipper I think has already gone downstairs. He was like right next to me on the floor and then he whisked away, probably because there may have been something better to munch on down there. Charles said hi to Ewok, and Rod did as well. Beth says, cold weather, go away. Sunshine, come our way. You know what? Sunshine's here, and it looks like it's here at least for a little while to stay, speaking of rhyming. So as we track temperatures, our average high is now 66. Our average low is 45. We've had 5 straight days of sunshine. It's been nice, and every single day we're losing a little bit more of the leftover ice. I did have one viewer who sent me a photo of still some ice on a north-facing shady spot, but for the most part the ice is gone. What has happened, which has kept us a little bit cooler as of late, is that some of the sun's energy goes into melting the existing ice and snow, and sleet, I guess in our case, and the rest of the sun's energy goes into warming up the atmosphere. So now that the ice is no longer a factor, all of the sun's energy, for the most part during the daytime hours, will go toward warming us up, which is why I'm forecasting temperatures into the 70s starting Wednesday. Another thing to let you know, under cover of darkness right now, beautiful sky watching weather, but if you're an, excuse me, if you're an early riser, early morning on Wednesday, the 9th, is when Venus will be at its brightest in all of 2022. I kid you not, I've been running the boys out at between 6:15 and 6:30 in the morning, and as you look out toward the east-southeast sky, this star, which is bright as can be, just so happens to be the planet Venus, can't miss it. Super bright, looks amazing, very vivid, and with these clear skies, it's spectacular to see. So if you happen to be up pre-dawn, you can't miss it. It's beautiful. So Venus will be out there. Temperature as of midnight, 45 degrees. We did hit that high of 68, a low in the morning of 35. It will not be as cold overnight tonight and on into early Wednesday. But what's interesting is you can see a huge variation of temperatures. For instance, take a look at Fredericksburg sitting at 33, but not far away. Willow City's 52. And out in Doss, it's 48 degrees. You may say, what's going on? Another example of how big of a difference temperatures are depending on where you have to be. At the airport right now, it's 34 degrees, but in Bastrop, it's 50. So we're talking 20 miles and a huge discrepancy in temperatures. Essentially what's going on is we have southerly winds, and in areas that are in low-lying spots that are sheltered from the wind, you might actually be as cold as freezing in Llano. But in elevated locations that are out in the wind, it's staying much warmer. So there you have it. Temps literally a 20-degree difference in 20 miles. What's coming up next? A cold front. You may see it up to our north, and to be honest with you, right now there's a little bit of green kind of showing up here in northwest Texas. It's not even legitimate rain, and when this front gets to us, it is going to be what we call moisture starved, which means no rain, probably not even any clouds with it. It'll just be a wind shift. So overnight tonight, we're going to keep southerly winds, but they'll turn lighter as the night goes on because we're going to see that cold front getting a little bit closer. Charles says you've noticed the bright star the last 2 mornings too. Nice. Yeah, I think it's absolutely beautiful. So temperatures in Atlanta may go down another degree or two. In Austin, I'm forecasting 39 by morning, 36 meanwhile in LaGrange. And through the next several days, we're going to see a warming trend both for highs as well as lows. Thursday's high of 41, low of 41, Friday morning's low of 44, Saturday morning 46. But you will notice there's going to be a pretty significant drop where we're back close to freezing again by Sunday, and that's because of the cold front that's going to be pushing through on Saturday, probably before sunrise. Meantime, through the day, we're just going to have gorgeous weather. Here's your Wednesday planner. Sunrise coming up at 7:16, sunset at 6:14, 8 a.m. temperature right around 41. By lunchtime, 63, and an afternoon high of 72 degrees with tons and tons of sunshine. So let's go hour by hour. Here's what to expect when you wake up in the morning. The cold front just starting to edge into Mason County. It pushes through by about lunchtime through the Austin area. The way you'll be able to know is that our winds will have shifted to the north. And the front's really weak, so at this point I think it'll make it close to LaGrange by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then probably stall and fizzle out. So that's pretty much it. That is the cold front. Boom, done, not much to it. And then we're going to continue with mild temperatures. The next cold front coming in on Saturday is indeed a stronger front, so it'll drop us down 10 to 15 degrees for our temperatures. As we look ahead to that system, if you were watching yesterday, I had mentioned that I thought there might be just enough moisture for some sprinkles, so I had put in a 10% rain chance. I pulled the plug on the 10% rain chance. I don't think we're going to see it. So now I'm going for a dry forecast when that front comes through on Saturday early morning. The better chance of seeing some spotty shower activity will be down to our south. Meantime, as we look ahead to the rest of the weekend, because you know we love our weekends, right? It's going to be cool, unseasonably cool. The average high on Sunday, Skippy, come on up here. The average high on Sunday is going to be 66 to 67 degrees. And we got Skipper making a cameo now. You go, boy. I can smell dog biscuits on your breath. I can. Were they good? I smell it. I smell it on you. I do. So Sunday's weather right around 62 degrees, and that's the morning when we're going to have temperatures outside of Austin probably going to be freezing, but in Austin I've got you at 34 degrees. So it's going to be a crisp, cold start to your morning on Sunday with an afternoon high of 62. Then we have a warming trend. Oh, I should have checked to see if I had a heart. Let me see if I have a heart on standby. If I do, I can plop it on this map, you know, for Valentine's Day after all. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to have to import a heart in so I can plop it on the map for tomorrow. But in the meantime, we'll just freehand it. Oh, and it's actually showing Tuesday. It didn't stop on Monday. But let me see if I can freehand a heart. There we go. We'll freehand a heart and we'll have it be for Monday. Oops. And now I'm really messing things up. I like changed the framing. Let me see if I can back that back out. There we go. Much better. I was getting all willy-nilly with it, but it looks like we're going to be dry and quiet as we head into Monday, and then Valentine's Day, that's Monday. On Tuesday, that's the 15th, and as you can see, this computer model is showing a little bit of rain perhaps Tuesday to our south. I'm actually, for now, leaning toward the rain chances not coming in until next Wednesday, which would be the 16th. I believe I have an X. Let me see if I can find my X. There it is. So instead of going for rain moving in on Tuesday, at this point, I think it's going to hold off till Wednesday. So I'm going to keep the precip chance down at 0 for now. But I do think increasing clouds on Tuesday, so just keep that in mind. In terms of rain over the next 7 days, really not looking like much. And I'm now seeing that I do need to push this frame in a little bit so that you can see the full map. Let's see. There we go. I made it. Oh, and it's got to shove a little bit more. See, this is why we can do this all on the fly. Just a little bit more in. Okay, I think we'll call it at that. But needless to say, for Austin, I'm not expecting rain until Wednesday, which I do plan on probably putting in about a 20% rain chance. And then any possibility of showers is most likely to the south and east. Charles said hi to Skipper. And Danny says, hey, right back at ya. Curtis, have a great night. Thanks for checking in from North Austin. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying this new format. Are you guys like, is it kind of cool to see your Facebook comments right there on the live stream? Hope so. As we look ahead, February 17th through 23rd, went ahead and added, just for your reference, what the average highs are, 67 to 68, and what the average lows are, 46 to 47. And our forecast is to be pretty much average in terms of temperatures. So neither colder nor warmer is the way things are looking at this time during that stretch, which does coincide with when we were in the deep freeze 1 year ago. So suffice it to say, I think we're in good shape as far as that's concerned. However, we may actually get back to somewhat wetter than average conditions. By then we will need it because, it was great to have all that drought relief last week, as active as our pattern was. And now we're going into what will end up being a, almost 2-week stint with little, if any, precipitation. So we'll need it by next week. Meantime, we're back around in that 7-day forecast with 70s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then the strong-ish cold front early Saturday that knocks us out of the 70s and back into the 60s, perhaps 50s, depending how things play out. And as we head towards Sunday, as well as Valentine's, looking good as we warm back up. And then by Tuesday, we are up to 72 degrees. All right, let me go ahead and tell you, you can go at any point to cbsaustin.com, get your latest forecast update. You can watch our latest forecast video as well. Yay, Charles, thanks for your feedback. I appreciate you said you like this version of Facebook Live. I do too, because that way I can see your comments as soon as they appear, which is for me kind of a nice thing to see. So let me go ahead and pop up the cbsaustin.com page. You can get your weather forecast there at any point. Those of you who are watching on YouTube right now, I'm going to go ahead and stop that broadcast. Those of you who are on the CBS Austin Facebook page, I'm assuming that it actually did work. I'm going to go back and check it and make sure, and I hope it worked. And those of you who are still on the Chicago page, I look forward to doing the after chat with you. So just bear with me now as I go ahead and lose some of the extra streams, and then it'll be just down to one, and then there was one. But you can always get to our website to get the latest info on our website.